What's up, everyone? My name's Chris Marshall with my boy Frank G. We are the hosts of Building Empire Podcast. Frank G, tell the people what we do.
What's going on, everybody? Chris and I, we discuss established empires while showcasing us building ours.
Episode out every Monday. Frank G, do you remember our last episode? What was that about?
Episode 105. We
Yes,
talking
sir.
about we talking about Evan and your weekend.
Yeah. Fuck Evan. But, that was a pretty anticipated episode because how I went on a rant, put it up on live, and, people were kind of anticipating the episode, which was cool. I then, got some feedback, and people said the episode was a bit boring. Although the rant was nice, and it was ironic. Not only did they say it was boring, but they were telling me things that we said 30 minutes into the episode, which is interesting.
So they were tuned.
They were
tuned
tuned in, but they said the episode was boring, and they said that my live rant was cringeworthy. And now that may be correct, and the episodes may be boring since we got no intro music, we have no outro music. It's just us talking, which is great, wonderful because we have great voices. But I find it interesting that the person pretty much recited how I use, 6ix9ine type marketing tactics, which I said in the episode in like minute 30.
Yeah, did you ask them if they heard you say it or if they just kind of?
No, they were. He was reciting pretty much everything I was stating. We were hanging out. He's like, "Hey, I listened to the show. I saw, the rant." And then, people were asking questions about it, and they were asking me, and he was filling in the blanks for me. I'm like, Jesus, you really did like do your homework and listen.
So
Awesome.
wait, he listened to the episode or he caught you live
Both.
on Instagram ranting?
He caught me ranting and then couldn't wait for the episode drop. And then when the episode dropped, he listened through it, but the feedback was more or less that I guess we are boring.
Well, he saw it already. So it wasn't like that wasn't anticipated for him.
Well, I guess to hear the back end of it or potentially my thought process, that's new. Um, and I can see how this could potentially be a boring listen, but for our listeners, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, shout out to all you who appreciate it. It's just a day in the life, Chris Marshall, Frank G. So if something happens, we're obviously going to talk about it, and clearly that bothered you.
And this past weekend has been a wild weekend for your boy. He's been nonstop in his phone, essentially making business deals, learning a shit ton of information that could have a great ROI, return on investment for those who don't know. And I've been getting a lot of connect rates, which means when I contact someone, I'm actually getting a response back, which, for a couple of months, your boy was taking L after L, I felt like.
Well, I guess that depends where you're kind of reaching out to, what your network is. If we talking about you're in like a Facebook group and now people are finally starting to answer you, or are we talking about random
I'm
DMs?
talking about mostly Instagram DMs. I've noticed that a good tactic to get attention is when people ask a question in the story, and then if you answer it with a good kind of like a good opinionated
like you give
jab.
someone so you kind of
I provoke it.
Yeah, you get into something that they already kind of spoke about.
It's essentially how I got Russ to acknowledge me, by getting in his questions. And that's how I know he politely declined the show, because he put up my answer on his story, but as soon as I wrote one, I wrote another one, yo, hop on the show.
So what was the question and what did he put up there?
The question is when he's going to create his God's plan, which was a well-executed question from my end because I heard him talk about this in an interview months prior. So I knew that would stick out to him if he saw it, right?
What did he say?
He answered the question.
Yeah.
He said I forgot. He said when he'll come out with it when he essentially reaches longevity. I don't know. I have a screenshot of his exact answer, but the fact is, I have a talent to get people's attention in a creative way which was actually used against me over the weekend. Chubbs Wilson, you used a great tactic against me to get my attention. Now I've spent multiple hours on the phone with this guy who is very connected within, it seems like, the music industry, the media, journalism, PR. It seems like he's got a foot in the door. Seems like he's doing credible, legitimate things. And if that then spiraled down. And by the way, his message was, "I heard you are the goat."
Oh, yeah, you told me about this guy. So Chubbs?
Chubbs Wilson.
Chubbs Wilson. He
I know. I think of the guy in Happy Gilmore too, kid.
So he's worked with some prominent people then, I guess, for you to say
He's
this.
worked with some prominent people, but he was trying to get business out of me and try to figure out my thought process. The more we spoke, he realized, oh shit, like I understand the game. He's not going to essentially sell me nothing or get one over on me. And now we just kind of networked, and I guess right now we're homies, right? But it's funny because he brought up how he can get me in a group of highly successful individuals on WhatsApp, and you have to be invited, but you have to prove that you have 300,000 in crypto.
Yeah, you were telling me this. And you don't have 300 OD.
I don't have 300,000 as a net worth. But I found out because I'm on the gram. I know who's popping on the gram, who these influencers are, who's big in the entrepreneurial space. And I tried getting this dude, Sean Mike Kelly, on the show.
Mm.
He politely declined months ago, and he just liked my pitch. That was pretty nice of him, I suppose.
Like that was his declining. He liked it.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Keep it moving. But that was the seed planted because you don't know when you're going to meet these people down the line.
Yeah, or when they may reach out to you, or you reach out to them again.
But this dude, Sean, is 24 years old, owns multiple businesses, net worth of millions. I just know, I see the way he moves, and it's absolutely incredible. So I knew that he was essentially the mastermind of this group that Chubbs was speaking about. Like I put everything together.
You just
So
picked him out somehow.
well, I picked him out because Chubbs was talking about a cryptocurrency called OMI, Omni.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hey, buy this in a month. I'm going to circle back with you." Now I told him, I'm like, "Go fuck yourself. I don't buy anything people tell me because what happens is, it like GameStop, someone gets left
Someone
holding the
gets caught
bag."
with the bag. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not in the group that is making the moves,
Yeah.
you're that asshole.
So he just kind of put that on you with no context, or he was explaining this and then told you to buy
No,
this.
he pretty much. So after our conversation, I
This
sent him
isn't
a.
Chubbs, by the way.
This is Chubbs.
So
Right now we're discussing Chubbs.
Chubbs is also Sean.
No. Sean is a different person. Sean, I
Okay.
believe, is the mastermind of this group in which I'm in.
Okay. The
And
cryptocurrency group.
correct, which Chubbs is involved in, and wanting me to get in, I just need 300K in crypto, which I don't have.
So what makes him want to offer you this? Is it because you're networking well and he sees you both can have value in each other, or
Correct. That's what Chubbs is doing. I mean, he calls himself the dot connector. Now, Chubbs is involved with, PR, media relations with some really the hip hop culture and the music world. He's verified, over 200K followers. I mean, he really is. He has an agency, but like Chubbs is a smart dude, but he doesn't understand the difference between like he was auditing my page, shitting on my engagement, yet uses engagement tools and provides those engagement tools, right? But my philosophy is you don't want to fake any of those numbers because the people who rock with you have to rock with you for who you are, not just faking numbers.
well, if it's getting you like bots and whatnot, then yeah. I mean, clearly he looks at how much engagement you have as
Correct,
an
as a
important
pain
thing.
point.
Yeah.
But bots bots are a crazy thing though, right? If me and you came out with a podcasting course and we needed to reach hundreds of thousands of people, that is done by bots. The bots then go into a DM and
Yeah,
send you
yeah,
a
yeah.
mass DM, and then you get traffic, and so on and so on. So bots is a very useful tool for marketing on these social platforms. But anyway, so he was telling me OMI because at the end of the conversation, I sent him a screenshot of my portfolio on Robinhood, and I don't know if he's real or not at this point, but I sent him my
But
portfolio,
now
and
you know he's real.
still debatable, but I think he's a
That's
good dude.
that's that internet meeting for you.
Correct. But I know Sean is fucking legit. Anyway, so I send him my portfolio and I say, learn this. This will get you rich. Which is then what led on to him saying, buy OMI. Now I just ignored it. Fuck it. Like
You
that's
told him to follow what you've done to get rich.
no, no, no. I pretty much told him learn the market, learn the stock market.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
That's
okay.
that's what I was implying. I didn't tell him to buy nothing. I didn't show him what I had.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
I was implying learn this. And he's like, bro, buy OMI as a crypto. Now I just ignore it. Now I'm so involved that I see Sean pumping OMI. Like I see it on
In
his
this
stories.
chat. Oh, in the story.
No, on his stories. I'm not in the group yet. I don't have 300K, so
But
Chubb's
you
getting
just,
in.
but you just, you see he's pumping these cryptos, and then this guy Chubbs is talking to you about it. So you're like, all right, this guy's in the group.
I put two to two together. I'm like, if Sean is pumping OMI and Chubbs just brought up OMI, Chubbs, I don't think, is smart enough to discuss OMI himself. He's hearing it somewhere. This guy, I believe, is the source. This guy is the guy who created the Crew League where Russ and all the rappers played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
This guy owns a jersey apparel company that I think is like global wide. He has like $1 million house, multiple. The house probably worth more in LA. Dude's chilling. Dude is 24 chilling. Mastermind. I see him pumping OMI as a crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, I hit him up months ago to come on the show. So if I send him a DM, I'm gonna actually appear in his DM box because he acknowledged my last DM. You see how that works?
Yeah, you're in his general like now.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I hit him up and I sent him a message and I sent him my portfolio on Robinhood and I say, hey, I don't have 300,000 in crypto, but I'm the top 1% of my age bracket net worth. Let me in your group. Sends me an invite.
Mm.
Now, bro, this group has like 100 messages popping off an hour. I can't keep up. The depth in which is needed to get in this crypto game, it's called DeFi, is I can't keep up. I can't keep up. It's
Well, it's like
insane.
a different language. Like it's a whole new.
It's a completely different language. And the only reason why I'm intrigued in this, one is because I saw Sean as a mastermind and doing his moves. Two, it's connected to NFTs, which is a whole different thing, which is pretty incredible. But
Yeah.
I don't know any of this cryptocurrency shit. So I have to get Mushy God in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, he's more knowledgeable than you, so I guess that makes sense.
Of course. So I hit up Mushy God and I'm like, hey, I think I'm in a pretty elite chat right now, except I don't know how to leverage any of the information provided. Like I need you to get in this chat. Do you have 300K in crypto by any chance? He had close to it.
He
So
does.
yeah, well yeah, because he was telling me to buy Bitcoin at like 3,000, and he already had like 10. I don't know. I'm speculating, but like he's in the game. He's been in the crypto game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if he's got 10, he's certainly got that would probably be 300,000.
He's in love with the game. So I ask an admin if I can get him in.
Not Sean.
Not Sean. I get him in.
But when you
Eh,
ask in this group chat, you're asking everybody, no? Like everybody sees your message or you solo
No,
message.
well, you see everyone's phone numbers, but you can obviously you
Pin
see who the
somewhere.
admins are. Yeah, yeah, you can direct message someone privately, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, I need someone to pretty much translate what's being said because when you hear buy OMI, your first instinct is you're gonna go to Robinhood, type in OMI, and see what the fuck you could buy. But that's not how you do it. It's wild what you need to do. You need to download Coinbase, then download another app. Then you need to buy like Ethereum on Coinbase. You need to convert the Ethereum to like it's like it goes. It's like Inception. It's the best way I could explain it.
So wait, is this a crypto you cannot locate on Robinhood?
You can only locate like four
Yeah,
coins
yeah,
on
yeah.
Robinhood.
Yeah, so you'd have to download, like you said, Coinbase or
Yeah, and these coins that these kids are pumping are like 20 cents. They're like Dogecoin, but like
yeah, yeah. Well, they're trying to buy thousands and thousands of them and then manipulate the market or something.
that's what I'm thinking. But it's also insane what goes on because you have to pay what's called gas, which is fees. Yeah,
Mm,
I'm using like this crypto language now because I'm in this fucking goddamn chat and I got Mushy God trying to translate what the hell this all means. So when you make one transaction, let's say you buy a one piece of Bitcoin, bro, it's like $40 to buy it.
to buy a piece of Bitcoin.
For an example, correct.
Okay.
Then
So
like
yeah.
if you want to sell it, it's like another $40. Like you pay fees left and right, which makes the trading awful, and it has to be high volume because the fees are so high to make money off it. But then it becomes sketchy because it's extremely volatile.
Well, from my knowledge of crypto, a lot of them are no.
Yeah, it all is, right? But my thought process is not the way Mushy God thinks. And for those who are listening, Mushy God is a nickname that we've given to a good friend of the show. And Mushy God sees things different. The way I see it is
Makes sense.
th-
Mushy got.
this is, yeah, it does. The way I see it is this is a network in which I want to be a part of because they're A-listers, not like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Th-
well, they're clearly different than the normal.
Than the
They
normal
they they
person.
they're putting
They're
in work in an area where the world doesn't even know yet, or at least most of it.
correct. Now I'm involved. I'm intertwined with it. I actually don't want any part of it because it's actually too much. But
That's a ton of information. If to get in that group chat already, and they're spewing out these things that you just like gotta Google and get Mushy God to translate.
dude, it's insane. It's insane the amount of knowledge I have learned and the amount of like things I'm reading, the amount of money that's made. But then again, you don't really know what's lost. But my point is if you're in a chat where there's millionaires who are able to buy shit and then they have millions of followers and they promote what they buy, that to me just makes sense.
To be a part of it.
Correct. So Mushy
Yeah.
God looks at it from a more logical perspective of the economics of the cryptocurrency itself. I'm looking at it as like, hey, look, I'm not necessarily intrigued or interested in
There's a group of
investing.
people making money, and I'm trying to get in.
I'm trying to be friends with the group of people, not necessarily be involved in this particular project with them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they got many other projects going.
They have tons and tons of projects. This guy Sean has like 20 businesses going on. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, the only person I know of or hear of that could change the crypto world is Elon Musk. Man could tweet something and then just that's it.
So how about this? Word is that the guy who created the Dogecoin is Elon's boy. So
That
boom.
would be funny because Elon Musk promotes that randomly on
I
Twitter, and
well
it's like,
doesn't that make sense now?
no, yeah, yeah, well, yeah, but also I'm in my head, I'm thinking he's just like showing what he could do. Like this, I mean, he does it to like Bitcoin, which makes sense, but Doge is like the joke coin.
Well, Bitcoin is interesting because institutions are becoming they're beginning to buy
Mm-hmm.
large quantities, which is why the price is increasing the way it is. Now, the way I was explained this to was that you have two main coins right now. You have Bitcoin and Ethereum, correct?
Yeah. I mean, there's some
Bitcoin,
like in the hundreds, right? There's a bunch of coins.
yeah, it's like Litecoin and shit, but
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
there's those two right now.
yeah.
You need Ethereum to buy NFTs and to buy other coins.
So to actually have the coin, you're saying? Because I mean, I know
Correct.
when you use
Correct.
Robinhood,
So
you don't have the coin.
no, Robinhood is stupid. In fact, Robinhood more or less is a scam when it comes to this
So
because it's almost like you're buying the coin for Robinhood.
oh, that's
You
a
just have the USD.
so you have the USD worth that coin or part of the coin, but
Correct, but Robinhood owns the coin. So if like that coin blows up, I mean, you could take your money out and then rebuy the coin, but Robinhood, for the most part, it's pretty smart on their end what they're doing.
okay. So since you're in this chat now, what is the safest place to be buying cryptocurrencies?
Well, I mean, this is where you nor our listeners are gonna like. It's so in depth. You have to buy a coin. You have to install a Coinbase account. You have to put money in the
Like
Coinbase.
like you're saying an app like Coin Market Cap.
It should be Coinbase app and a
Hmm.
Coinbase wallet. You buy
Okay.
both of those or install both of those. Then
Hmm.
you have to install an app called MetaMask.
Jesus.
Now you have to get you have to put money in Coinbase, and then you take that money and you buy Ethereum.
Hmm.
Then you convert that Ethereum from Coinbase to MetaMask. Then you buy, then you convert the Ethereum in MetaMask to whatever coin you have on the exchange. And MetaMask doesn't host all the coins. You have to then buy get another app and convert it again. Like I said, Inception. There's layers to it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I wonder is Ethereum their like money to like pump this crypto
So
up?
so well, here's a way to explain it, which is very interesting. Bitcoin is like gold, while Ethereum is like gas.
Well, you need gas to go everywhere.
Exactly. So Ethereum is like the currency that you spend, right? The money that you spend, it's gas. It allows you to maneuver, buy shit within the digital landscape, while Bitcoin is the gold. It's what you buy, you store because there's a limited amount of it.
Is a limit. Well, technically, Ethereum is no, it's not limited right now,
I
right?
don't believe so.
Yeah.
Where Bitcoin it is. There's 22 million coins, etc.
Hmm.
And just like gold, there's a limited amount of gold for the most part. I mean, you can mine more, but I mean, only so much I suppose you can
It's
get.
yeah, natural kind of thing.
So gold is transferring over to Bitcoin, while I guess you can say the US dollar or currency is turning into Ethereum. Now, I don't know if Ethereum or Bitcoin is going to win in the end because it's always changing,
Hmm.
especially with fees, but this is what's going on, which is insane. The reason why I bring all this up, I just wanted to get in the goddamn group chat.
Well, you're in the group chat. You seem to have grown a bit of knowledge on it. I'm sure there's still that's
Bro,
like
that's all they
this.
talk about it, and you can't not
Makes
read it.
sense. Well, I mean, if it's something that eventually gonna be useful, I mean, especially that we're interested in crypto, but not. I mean, I wasn't like that. It'd be interesting to know this much because when you even try and research crypto yourself as someone who's newly investing, you certainly could get lost. I'm sure there's people who will be lost
You get way lost,
from
super
an
lost.
explanation from you and from what we just
From
spoke
the
about.
yeah, this is a boring episode. And then if you get into NFTs to me are even they're the reason why I'm probably involved where I am because NFTs I think are going to change the whole entire world, which is crazy.
Well, it's interesting to see a lot of creative people using them to create like an NFT
So
with like a package or like some secret shit in it.
so it's funny. There was this podcaster, which I brought him up to you, and I said how something about him just seems phony. He's got interviews with such prominent people, and he's so young, and
Hmm.
like it doesn't make sense. I don't know if you remember this or him.
I do remember. He
I,
did an episode of he interviewed someone from what's that TV show, Entourage. I remember that was the one thing I was watching.
He interviewed mad people.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. That's just one I
insane.
ended up clicking in.
So I actually got his attention last night where he DM'd me because he left a message up. He sold an NFT for 17,000. He created an NFT and then he sold 17 grand. So he asked what should his next project be. And I was actually talking to Chubbs about this. And I said in the message, I was like, hey, you're hurting your brand equity by creating and selling these NFTs to your rich audience, right? I
Hmm.
mean, we can create an NFT, but no one's buying it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
No one
again,
cares.
yeah, yeah, you have to have something, I guess, worth people buying.
Yeah, but nobody like his NFT isn't going to be worth money in 10 years either.
So
Elon
he,
Musk's NFT maybe,
so
but his
are
won't.
you saying as in, so he's selling this, creating and selling this in the long run would hurt his audience?
Exactly. Which ironically, he met Gary Vee and had an interview with Gary Vee. Gary Vee that night came out with a video saying exactly what I said, which I cross referenced what he said, where he actually thanked me, the kid. It's almost like I gave him new perspective and insight. Because, I mean, you got the Paul brothers creating NFTs to flip them because they're famous, therefore they buy it. But nobody cares about them right now, like in 10 years, possibly. Therefore, that piece of art would be useless.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're buying someone's NFT, then you believe in them. You believe in their work.
No, no, people are getting manipulated and believing that NFTs are going to pop off.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, that's the same people that got into or go into OMI just from hearing someone say, "Yo, put your money in OMI."
Correct. The only reason why I'm a little intrigued there is because I'm seeing a bunch of people with millions of followers and millions of dollars
Well,
come
you're
up on
doing the
top.
right thing. You're going past someone just saying, "Yo, do this." You're like, that's research. You got to certainly
Yeah,
do that in any market,
bro.
any crypto.
When I went to Sean directly to get into the chat, I sent a screenshot to Chubbs just to laugh in his face. Dude called me up. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Fuck you, Chubbs."
I mean, maybe Chubbs was trying to play a game or something. Maybe he was trying to see what he could squeeze out of you before you get into this chat.
Bro, I mean it's all a fucking game. It's all a game. But like you want to get in the circle of the people who kind of make the rules for the game, which is why it's just fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, you could learn way more than the average person, certainly in that group chat alone.
Yeah, I already learned it for the most part. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. Except I don't want no part of it. I just want to be friends with these people. You want to hear the ironic part?
Sure, let's hear it.
So, I start like researching who these individuals are. They're all verified, half a million,
Like
million,
Googling
one.
them.
Yeah, yeah, on Instagram. One
Mm.
of these dudes is like on a private yacht with a bunch of hotties popping bottles while he's messaging the group chat. I send it over to Ankit. Ankit knows the motherfucker.
Did he happen to be Indian?
Yes.
I'm just saying, Ankit knows a lot of Indians.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, obviously it makes sense. And then Ankit's very anti social media, so he thinks like all this is a scam and that like people that like now Ankit thinks he knows the entire group chat. I'm like,
Wait, wait. So he's friends with all these scammers?
well, this particular guy, Ankit's like, dude, this guy like he comes from money, X, Y, Z, which I'm sure a lot of people in the chat do come from money and they have it. They're not all brilliant like who I believe Sean is.
Yeah, well,
But
apparently they got 300,000 in crypto.
yeah, correct. But I mean, Ankit now just looks at it as like this is just like kind of bullshit, and that everyone just comes from money. I just look at it as no, I don't think everyone in this chat's kind of Indian, and again, I just want to be friends with like some people.
Some people that are interested, intrigued in anything useful in the future. I mean, certainly could be useful. I mean, anything.
Extremely fucking useful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's crazy though. All these people, like you see everyone on like our age, a little younger, get into cryptos, and they have no idea what they're talking about, what they're doing. They probably don't even know that Robinhood, they don't even actually own a coin. So a lot of people just kind of like buy into that hype.
FOMO, which I got, and I'm down a couple $100 already. But it is what it is because the coin that I bought, people are staking.
You gonna tell us this coin?
Bro, to be honest, I gotta look up the goddamn coin.
There's so many coin talks in this
Yeah,
group chat. I
bro.
don't even know what
It,
coin he bought.
yo, I keep every time I think of the coin, I think of Acura. It's called the Zuki.
Azuki.
Yeah, I got a coin called the Zuki.
What is that, like a
It's a Chinese coin.
point 0.002? Like, how much is that worth?
I have 485 coins for $680 currently.
All right, so that one's not like some other one. Like Doge is what, like 0.05 or something.
It's 50 cents.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
guess
I mean, it's just a very fascinating world.
In
And
the future, they see your group chat is gonna buy millions of these, hopefully. Or like what
they
is?
already kind of are.
So you all right? Well, you bought it. You made some money. Oh no, you said you're down.
I'm down money.
But like, what was this coin made for? You don't even know.
I have no fucking clue. I'm headlining reading myself. I'm just doing it with a little more logical reasoning, and I'm not doing it from like a economical reason.
Yeah. Well, like
I'm just like,
yeah.
fuck it. I'm following these powerful ass people.
You following the trend.
Yo, if the market cap is 2 million, and these motherfuckers are throwing 20K at it,
yeah.
I'm in. I mean, they don't know that I'm throwing, $500 at it, but like,
that's what I'm questioning. Like in this group chat, does people show screenshots of like what they buy? Like, because
bro, the screenshots they show, nobody will understand it. They show fucking candle graphs.
But you gotta like they want everyone to buy. I'm assuming that like 20,000 in whatever crypto. Like they just trust you that you bought it. If I say yeah, I just bought it, could have bought 200.
Well, the chat is really just crypto enthusiasts. Now they discuss at times, do we want to pinpoint something and pump it up? But I have not seen a specific marketing campaign and strategy of we are gonna all buy this, pump it up, and dump it. I have seen we're gonna buy this, keep buying, hold it, and then they show evidence, they show strategies, they show proof, they show reasons why it's gonna pop, XYZ. It's more of an enthusiast chat, but
maybe it is. Maybe it
chat.
is more legal than people would think.
I mean, well, this whole game is fucking sketchy. If you have a wallet inside a wallet inside a wallet inside a wallet that's all digital,
yeah, could be worth millions.
I don't know. I mean, if this coin takes off, maybe. I don't know. But the fact that I know what the fuck it is cool. I'm just trying to buy NFTs, man. This way, when you can come in my digital house, I could have some artwork for you.
You're gonna have a digital house displayed with all NFTs?
I'm telling you, man, that's where the future's going. I think 10, 15 years, you're going to be able to put on a Oculus visor and you're going to be able to chill in my house. So if you're in Cali and I'm in New York, we're going to be able to chill in the same living room.
Yeah, now, but that's not as like fun.
I mean, I don't know. We don't have that on yet. We're not there yet.
If like that can get that advanced, then I'm sure there's gonna be like some virtual reality game where like I don't got to spend $20,000 on an NFT to chill with you in your living room.
Well, first off, there are virtual reality games. You can get the Oculus $500 and you could play.
Yeah, but I'm saying like where we could beat up some advanced shit.
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be where literally you could be in my living room and you're gonna feel like you're sitting next to me. Now, that's where NFTs and the creativity of all that comes into play, because you're buying shit for that world. You own it.
Yeah.
That's where it gets really, really crazy.
Didn't Russ just buy like 2 or something like that?
So that CryptoPunk, that's what you're referring to, is the only goddamn thing that I believe is actually worth money right now. So the best way to explain what a CryptoPunk is you have all these NFTs. A CryptoPunk is a collection. Picture it as Pokemon cards. 1996, there's 152 of them. You see what I'm saying? Imagine there's only one card though forever.
For
That
that
is
whole
what,
collection.
yeah, that is what Russ bought, and that
Mm.
is what I believe is going to be worth money in 5 years, 10 years. Because when you look back on the NFT, you're not going to look back at Logan Paul's NFT. You're going to look back at the first collection of NFTs. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Unless Logan Paul is like popping.
Correct.
I guess we never know.
Yeah, I'm not spending fucking 200 grand on a Logan Paul NFT.
Yeah, well, would you spend 30 grand on a Russ NFT?
You're talking about a CryptoPunk, and I've thought about buying a goddamn CryptoPunk. It's just I don't know if I want to drop 40 grand in a CryptoPunk when I want to buy a house in 6 months. I can't, I don't. I'm not these millionaires yet. I'm just in the group, kid.
Yeah, well, you may become part of the group or one of the group.
I'll definitely be a part of the group. I just don't know if I definitely can't do it at 24 like these kids.
Well, yeah, that's because we're not 24 no more.
Yeah, so if I could do it by 34, dope. But I'll certainly have millions by like 40. That's just by me being me. I'll have that. But I'm trying to get my feet up, play guitar on the beach with some hotties next to me. Hey, look, see, you just put your feet up, and yeah, you're visioning.
Yeah, I was relaxing to the thought, man. I was relaxed to
Yeah,
the
that's
thought
what
of
I'm saying.
the waves knocking on the beach, some tunes jamming,
Yeah,
Spanish hotties.
I hear you. I hear you. Yo, let me I kind of if I didn't get into this fucking spiel, I would have done some memory lane Mondays. I kept thinking of some. Yo, do you have the story of when you lost your virginity?
Do I have it? Like I gotta find it somewhere.
I don't know, man. You think you could like brief it up in like 2 minutes? I'm curious. Like, how old were you?
It's certainly not the most eventful story.
I tell you, you're making it sound very suspenseful.
Yeah, I guess because I haven't said anything, but I was 16.
16. Ooh.
Yeah.
How old was she? If she was older than 17, bro, you needed to get like,
No. I think she was 15.
oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's all good. No.
Yeah,
To
all right, all
be
right,
honest,
bro.
the kids are having sex at like 12 nowadays.
All right, strange that you know that, but all right, all right.
What do you mean, stranger? I know that
I don't know.
we live in this world.
Continue with your story, my friend. I'm listening.
I didn't tell you put me in this spot. Like, I got to tell a story, but lose my virginity.
Well, I'm trying to make the show not boring.
Yeah, well, hopefully you guys caught up. Hopefully you guys stay tuned to minute
What
39 where Frank
minute
G
39?
lost his virginity.
Should we end the show, or I guess not? I guess not. Or should we end it?
I mean,
Tell the people. Tell the
if,
people.
if we end it, then I got to start with it next episode. So it's like it's just got to happen, I guess.
All right, all right. I guess we're going down. We're going down the memory lane Monday.
Some memory lane.
Frank G losing his V. The floor is yours.
Well, to be honest, I guess it happened in a cool spot. It was a cruise. So
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was on the water.
it was on the water, and
Huh.
I guess me losing my virginity almost was like a one night stand kind of thing, right? Because you meet someone on a cruise, and you don't see them again.
No, it's not. I mean, bro, you see them every fucking day.
Well, to be honest, I spoke to this girl for way too long, but I didn't see her ever again. But anyway, I'm
On the cruise,
16.
you see them every day.
Oh well, yeah. I meant like afterwards,
No. Yeah.
and my boy's sister's having her sweet 16, and she was able to bring one of her friends, and because my friend was going as her brother, he was allowed to bring one of his friends. So
You're that friend. All right.
I am the friend who was chosen to go on a cruise. At 16, we went on the Carnival. We had a
Carnival ain't doing so hot. Don't buy that stock.
yeah, well, it certainly was doing hot for me at 16.
That's because you were getting hot and sexy. Hey.
And we had a balcony, like we had our own room. Me and my boy, we had our own room, so we were just like at 16. I've never been on a cruise at this age.
I get it, man. We get
Women,
that. You painted the picture. You
yeah,
painted the
I
picture.
gotta make sure they know. It's pretty cool actually.
All right. It's not as cool as my cruise story, but
You were also probably 10 years older than me.
26 years old.
Anyway, that's exactly what I said. 10 years older than me.
Yeah, but me and my boy, we had sex with sisters side by side. Dirty girls.
Oh, I mean, my boy had his girl, I had my girl, so
Were
whatever.
they sisters?
They were friends. We just
All right.
happened to stroll, and he's like, all right, you know what? Let's go find some girls. And like, I'm kind of like prudy at this age, so I'm like,
Clearly, I mean, you had
I
your
didn't even
kid.
want to go. I didn't even want to go. That makes sense. I didn't even want to go really find girls, but guess what? We're just walking, and there's just two girls
Cruising for a
sitting.
hot spot.
Two girls sitting. So we just start talking. We're in the arcade, as I guess 16-year-olds do, and we ask his older sister for a case of beer. She buys us a case of beer. We're just talking to these girls. They come back to the room. We're on the balcony.
Breaking all the laws.
Yeah, I guess so. We even were like chugging beers and tossing them off the deck, which I don't. I look back and that was not
That's
a nice
disrespectful.
thing to do. Yeah. Lesson learned at 16. But we drank the beer, and whoever finished it out of the two males and two females, you had to pretty much get naked.
Hmm.
So, not gonna lie, I wasn't a fast chugger then, but I just figured, let me pretend like I finished the beer and just throw it off the balcony. So I was chugging the beer, took like 5 seconds of sips, tossed it off the balcony. Girls were getting naked, playing truth and dare, and I let my boy have the room. So my boy was in the room and I was outside on the balcony.
I tell you, this story probably didn't end up the way your story back then ended up. Quick.
Yeah, no. And actually, I think I was all right, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I just gave you a compliment saying that it wasn't fucking. You did do all right.
I appreciate it. But anyway, so yeah, I was outside on a chair and my boy was in a nice, I mean, he brought me on the cruise. I figured you take the girl in the room, I'll take the
Hmm.
balcony.
Okay.
And her name was Gabby. She's married now. She has 3 kids.
Whoa, you name dropping this? Jesus.
Yeah, she ain't gonna listen to this, and it's just a name.
Man, I'm about to blast this out to every Gabby I know.
I mean, I don't have her like on to be honest, the only social I have her on is Snapchat. So
Facebook, Snapchat.
yeah, so you wouldn't even be able. It's too personal.
Huh.
So you wouldn't even
So
be able to find her.
I guess that's it. Gabby, you guys were both naked, I guess, and Gabby went to town on the worm.
Yeah, I mean, there was no like awkwardness. I guess I was confident at 16, even though I had no idea what I was doing. I'm sure if I asked her how I did, it might not have been the same as I thought, but I thought I did pretty good.
I'm glad you thought you did good, kid. I tell you, when I had sex on the cruise with the sister side by side to my boy, I didn't do so good.
Are you gonna explain, or are you just gonna?
I mean, there's a plethora of reasons. One, my boy's a jerk off. I mean, I asked the girl if she wanted some sweatpants, and then he's calling me fucking the situation, fucking asshole.
We did that to someone though. Someone gave sweatpants to somebody. We questioned it.
Yeah, and then I just remember I was giving her the business, and then I had a Charlie horse, and it's very hard when you're a missionary to keep a straight face, your penis hard, and do the motions while you have this painful Charlie horse.
To be honest, bro, I used to use Charlie horse as an excuse to like take a break for a second. That's but that
That
was
makes
probably
more sense.
that was back when I was like 16.
But here's the thing, though: if you had a real Charlie horse, though, like your break is like, ooh, ooh,
Yeah,
ah,
I mean, I wouldn't make those stupid noises because, like, I
because you
take
didn't
the
have a real Charlie horse.
no. I mean, I never make those noises with a Charlie horse. You just take the pain, like, you moaning.
Very fucking painful.
It is
You,
painful.
it's harder when you're trying to do everything as if you don't have a Charlie horse while you look at this person in the eye, and deep down you're also wondering if a tear is gonna fall out your eye.
Well, I mean, there's a plenty of things that could be questioned on this whole situation because one, just fucking stop. You have a Charlie horse. You start going in.
I can't stop,
Two,
man.
two. You're looking this girl in the eyes. You met her on the cruise, like.
She was pretty hot.
And three, I mean, God, I hope you didn't cry while staring at her in the eyes while you having sex.
I did not, but I did tell her though. I did tell her. I'm like, I'm sorry over here. I mean, I am cramping up because the alcohol. The alcohol must. It was like day 6. The alcohol must have got to me.
Day 6, yeah.
And in all fairness, I never reached climax, and it was very painful. And 2, there was blood on my boy's bed.
Ugh.
What's funny about that though is he used my bed a few days prior with a girl, and I was pretty pissed. And
was that the blood?
No, he was on my bed prior. I walked in on him, and I was pissed that he was just on my bed with this chick when you had your own bed. Like, I don't want all those juices on my bed. I mean, you could just have them on your own bed. And he's like, nah, shut up. I don't care if you go on my bed. You know, exactly like that.
I mean, go in your own fucking bed.
That was my point. That was my point.
I don't care how you feel about it. Get in your own bed.
So I totally understand. Get the fuck off my bed. Use your own goddamn bed. But on a cruise, the bed's separated by 6 inches anyway.
Yeah, most hotel rooms have two beds.
Yeah. So I was kind of pissed, but he was like, bro, if it's the other way around, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, well, I give a fuck, asshole.
Yeah, but like there has to be a point where there's a conscious decision to be like, all right, my bed is right here. My ass is on it. Let me get up and go to my boy's bed and just fucking get all this sex juice and nasty sweat.
I get it. But then at the end, when there was blood on his bed, I couldn't really say nothing. And I'm just like, all right, well, you said you didn't care, but you know what? I guess I don't care neither anymore. It's like,
I guess now you're even.
It wasn't even about being even. It was just, it's like, oh, damn it. I got no leg to stand on no more.
Yeah, obviously. He got blood in his bed.
And I'll end the show with this. This girl's a smoke show.
Okay, of course you want to end it with this.
No. So there's a whole story about this where my buddy left the room and I walked her to her room. Her sister was in love with my buddy on the cruise. So she's like, I'm coming with you and I'm going to wait in your room until he comes back. I'm like, oh, fuck. What if he comes back with another girl? I'm like, you can't come back with me, asshole. She wouldn't take no for an answer. So I'm like, all right, fine. But obviously, your sister is coming as well. All right, cool.
Yeah, very surprised you were unable to convince her to not come with you.
It was insane. Now I'm panicking because I'm scared my boy is going to walk in the room. I have 2 girls in the room, one waiting for him, sleep in his bed, and he's going to come in with another girl. I had to use his expensive hair gel to write a sign on top of the fucking door saying, like, girls in here. To, like, warn him. Anyway, I'll end this with this. The next morning, while they awkwardly left, and I'm saying goodbye, a fart just seeped out. It was just very awkward, man. I laid a couple of farts from I acted like it didn't happen, but I felt like she knew, kid.
She probably smelt it, dude.
Yo, I just remember I was sitting all cool on the bed, like, and I was like, yeah, like,
yeah,
right,
not so cool now.
And then, yo, She ignored like it didn't happen. I ignored like it didn't happen. But I'm telling you,
It happened.
you couldn't miss it.
It certainly happened, man. From crypto to sex to farts. What an eventful 50 minutes this has been.
Oh man, I tell you, yeah. I tell you, nobody rolls better fucking blunts and joints than me, neither.
Oh, that's
The
just a.
the weed I snuck in on that cruise and rolled in front of that girl somehow didn't light.
She didn't like.
No, it didn't light. I just looked like a jerk off.
Oh, it was fucking weird. You probably in a windy deck, like.
No, I just didn't think I rolled it right. I was fucked up. What are you gonna do?
And you ain't gonna do nothing.
I don't
Next
know, but
opportunity.
hopefully, I tell you, the first half of this show might have been a little boring. Might have been very educational if you went in there. If you got to the second half, though, whew, we gave you two sides.
Yeah, we were pretty much in double overtime right here, and then hit a home run to walk off the park. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, I gotta go take a shit. Peace.
We'll see you guys next week.